welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Pretty often I get emails from people that are positive emails, good energy, positive things that they're saying. And when you get those, it makes you step back and say, you know what, I'm actually making a difference in a good, positive direction in a world that's very negative. I mean, let's face facts. There's a lot of negative stuff. There's more negative than positive, I feel, in the world nowadays. Much more so than when I was a kid. So when you can have an impact on somebody in a positive direction, a positive way in their life, that's a good thing. You want to do that. So this email comes from, I'll leave his name omitted because maybe he just doesn't want his name in it, but you'll know it when you see it. So this is your email. It said, hey Jerry, just wanted to let you know that your channel has prevented 4 17-year-old boys from using performance-enhancing drugs for hypertrophy. So it took him forever to convince them not to, but he showed them the channel and all the videos about PEDs, and that pretty much scared the fuck out of them. The fucker that was willing to sell them, that means that they had someone fucking lined up that was ready to sell 17-year-old kids fucking drugs. That's fucking ridiculous. That's, you know, I mean, I was a criminal for a long time. I fucking stole, I fucking sold drugs, I did everything, but there's still a fucking code amongst criminals. Like, you don't fuck with kids. Like, you don't do that. You just don't. The guy moved to a different city. He wanted them to take 100 milligrams of Anadrol, 800 milligrams of Tren, no test. Those two things. They don't even know what PCT is. He said how the fuck they plan on affording this shit, he has no idea. It's good that someone like me is out here to educate the kids. Keep it up. His younger brother also enjoys the content, and basically just says, you know, thank you for doing the stuff that I do. Now, here's the deal. When I was their age, 17 years old, I was already on stage competing in bodybuilding. My first competition was my senior year in high school, March 1993, the Colonial Classic in Massachusetts. And up to that point, I mean, I kind of had an idea of what steroids were. You know, a couple people in my high school had taken them, or they thought they were taking them. I don't know whether they were real or not. I think it was one kid I definitely remember before I graduated, a couple years before I graduated, that was in my cousin Chris's class, who's definitely on them, and I used to question him about them, and so I was very curious as to, you know, why he would take those. But he was really big for his height, like really thick, solid. He was a competitor too. And at 17, I was starting to kind of question, should I use these things? Should I take these things? And the more I asked the people around me, back then people were a lot more responsible than they are now. Even if they were taking something themselves or had access to it, they would be like, listen, you know, you're 17 years old, you're 18 years old, you're really young right now to be fucking with this stuff. Try to get that good base, you know, see what your body can handle. I mean, there's a good possibility you could take something and it really won't do that much at all. There's a good possibility to take something and all of a sudden you grow like a fucking weed. Like, there's all these different possibilities, but the bottom line is you should try to build that base and max out on your own first, which is exactly what I did. By the time I was 19 years old, I was 205 pounds already, and I was fucking strong as shit. I mean, I wasn't a lean 205, but I was big and I was strong for my age. And that was at the height that I'm at now. Now, eventually, you know, I kind of made my own decisions, but I was a little bit older. I was 20 or 21 when I started to use the different performance enhancers. But I'm glad that I waited. And I think that nowadays, there's a lot of fucking people out there that are just telling people, it's okay, it's healthy, take them. Yeah, no, I don't believe that they're, you know, these horror shows that some other people think that they are. Like, you fucking look at a bottle test, your fucking head's going to fall off in your sleep that night. I don't think of it like that. But at the same time, like, we have a responsibility, okay? And this boils down to the whole fake natty or not. Fuck the whole fake natty bullshit. We have a responsibility to these kids as their forefathers, I guess you would call it. I mean, we're the ones that came before them in this bodybuilding thing and fitness thing and in general. We have a responsibility to explain to them, it's your choice, you do what you want to do, but here's what could happen. You know, and here's what I did, and here's what I think you should do. Okay, not like, you know, hey, do whatever you want to do. That's not a responsible thing to do. Educating people to the best degree that they can, have the most information that they can, but not sugarcoat shit. There's a lot of people out there thinking if they took something and nothing has happened to them, that it doesn't happen to anyone else. But that's not a fact. There are people that I know have taken things in very small amounts and just taken something for the first time, shut down completely for the rest of their life. They're on HRT. It's a fucked up situation, but it happens. You know, and I think that many, you know, younger guys that are taking stuff right now, I remember, man, fucking, I could do anything when I was their age and I felt great, no issues, whatever. But the bottom line is, you don't know what kind of damage it's doing. You have no idea. So and a lot of these younger guys, they don't get blood work done. They don't get blood work done. They don't have piss tests done to make sure that their kidneys are fine. They don't have that stuff done to know what the fuck's going on until something fucks up. Then they have it done. So it's like you could have prevented it by having these different, blood works and hormones and stuff drawn. But to be so irresponsible as to say it's okay for a 17-year-old, it's not. I mean, the facts are it's not. It's okay for an 18-year-old, it's not. 19 is pushing it. 19 is like, okay, you know what? I was around that age where I'd already built up that base, but I do think that also it doesn't have to do just with age. Like if you're 25 years old, you should still take a few years to build up a base to begin with. So, it boils down to the individual, how old they are, what experience they have. But, 17-year-old kids, I just got an email today from a 15-year-old. Jerry, should I take creatine or should I take, SARMs? Should I do this? Should I do that? I'm like, you're 15. Just go to the fucking gym. I know you're not consistent enough already. I can tell by the way that you're talking about. You're jumping all over the place with what you're talking about here. That means your fucking training is not stable, your eating is not stable, and fucking at 15, I mean, not much is stable in your head to begin with. Your fucking head's bouncing all over the place through puberty. You're thinking about fucking every chick that walked by you. I mean, there's all this shit that's going on, and like you're talking about taking something to enhance your muscle gain. How about just go to the gym for about fucking 2 years straight, consistent eating, then fucking think about what you're doing after that. But the bottom line is, this shit can be dangerous, and I'm glad that these kids, these 4 boys that were thinking about it, decided not to. So thanks for the email. I appreciate it. And, the guy that sent me this, keep fighting the good fight. Biohackertraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. Don't fight, but do the good fight. www.biohackertraining.com is a blog. It's to steer them away from drugs if you can. Bicep, and we're out.